Welcome back to my channel, everybody. So this is my entry into the Jack of all trades competition on Reddit, and this is another part of my video, series of my video where I'm showing that I'm actually building it. Anyways, so last video I showed you guys I made the T-harnesses for the motor, and right now I'm showing you guys what I'm doing with the T-harnesses. Another thing I noticed on my build is that I can't have these wires sticking out like in between from here to here, because otherwise it'll get stuck, or the shell itself impedes in the way. So what I did was I glued the wires so that it would glue the wires to the motor cage here, and have them sit very low profile onto the motor there. It makes it kind of like letting it hug onto it. That way it can go through the shell and stick out a little bit without having the wires being in the way. One thing you guys seen, I've already pointed out, I glued these on there so that they don't separate from the cage, so they could be at one assembly. Another thing I'm doing is trying to figure out how much wire I actually need. So when you're getting wires, when you're wiring things up, you want to make sure that you have enough wire that you don't have to remake the connection. Like for example here, right there, I have more than enough there to cut off where I need, and then solder it, and then cut the rest off. I'm probably gonna mock it up, cut it to where I need to, expose it, and then solder it. And after that, we're gonna do that to the positive one, and same thing with the blacks. And the very end ones, these guys here, it's gonna go into a Dean's harness. Why I'm not using an XT60? It's because my local hobby shop, they're all out of it. So I'm using Dean's, and that's what I'm familiar with anyways. So these guys right here, I'm gonna just cut off. I don't need that much. So probably cut off right about here for there, and same thing with this, right about there. Now for the part that connects to the motor mount, or the rest of the harness of the Nerf blaster, I probably want to make it a little bit longer than it needs to be, right? So if you want it to be that long, I'd probably give it another good inch or two, about yay far, because when you want to pull this all apart, you want to make sure you have enough room to pull it apart and then disconnect it, right? So I would probably just snip it off right about there. Alright. Let me just tuck this in. Oh, whoops. Yeah, like that works. Like that. Just cut it off there. And that looks about right. Worst case scenario, we just remake this whole thing again. Just kidding, I'm not doing it again. This is it. Okay. Bye now.